bit.
Did you get busy? Oh, because I don't know, because you were making a point and then.
No, I wasn't really making a point. I'm just listening and then just saying, a little bit here and there, because I mean, it's quite a lot of I guess effort to try and argue in this. So sometimes it's just fun to just listen to the points try to be made.
Well, this is the thing, right? The flat Earth side's not making a shape claim, right? The globe side's making a definitive shape and size claim.
No, I get it. I get it. That's often what it is. It's in here. It's often, well, you think you know something, but how can you prove it? You can't actually prove it. We're not claiming anything, but you're claiming something, and so
no, that's incorrect, right? So we can disprove the globe. Yeah, so that's incorrect. What you just said then was incorrect, right? So we're not saying we don't know anything.
Okay, well, I'm asking you then. How can you disprove the globe?
Okay, so if the Earth was a globe, it would have to have certain characteristics that go along with the shape and size claim, right? So the primary things to look out for would be Earth curvature, right? We can calculate how much curvature there should be over a specific distance, right? Yeah. The place to test this would be water, right? Large bodies of water. And you would also have to have a geometric horizon at a certain distance, depending on the height of the observer. Right, so we could go, for example, to a 10-mile lake and calculate how much curvature there should be over that lake, right? There would have to be 66 foot if the Earth was a globe. We could start conducting different types of observations and tests on that body of water, right? And have a look at the results and then weigh that up against the math, right? Then retest, right? Try a 20-mile lake, try a different lake, try a frozen lake, try a different location, try different testing methods. Right, and that's been done over and over and over again now, to the point where we cannot find any curvature at all. We cannot find the geometric.
I'm almost 100% positive that's factually incorrect. I'm pretty sure with a quick Google search, you can find studies that have been done where they prove the curvature of the, or prove that there is a curvature to the Earth. I don't know enough about it to be able to. Right. So is that not contradictory?
Okay, so that's.
Why would you say that
first
without knowing it?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I thought. Hold on a second, dude.
Then don't ask me questions. You're specifically calling me out, asking me things.
You don't know.
So then don't fucking ask me. So then don't ask me. You're specifically asking me.
You shouldn't
didn't ask you a question. Hold on, let me talk to him for a second. Right, I didn't ask you a question. Right, I was telling you what had been done. Okay, I was telling you that there would have to be a certain amount of curvature over distance. Now you're assuming, and also admitting at the same time that these tests have been done, and admitting that you don't even know if they have been done or not, but maybe you could Google it, right? I was just about to respond to you saying, yeah, I also thought the same thing when I first heard someone make this claim, like I just made, right? The thing is, I can present you with stacks and stacks of empirical evidence, practical demonstrations, right? You're not aware of anything, so maybe you said you would have to go Google something, right? But at this current point, you're not aware of anything that has been done. So yeah, if you want to present something, then we can go over it in good faith, step by step, and evaluate it. But what you're going to find once you look into it is that you're going to get just calculations based off assumptions and things like that, right? Like Eratosthenes and things like that. You're not going to find any practical empirical evidence to present. So yeah, feel free to present something if you've got it. Or, I mean, if I were you, I'd be like, wow, you said you've got all this evidence. Can you present some of it? But it's interesting how often we say we have evidence against the globe, but much of the time people don't want to see it for some reason. Oh, he ran away? Poor chap.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
Is there a proof for the existence of the firmament?
I just dropped 35 declassified documents in the chat if you care to take a look.
35.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by firmament, right? Are you talking about like the glass firmament
what
spoken
keeps the
about
gases
in certain
the planet? That's what I'm talking about.
We don't have any definitive claims about what that would be, right? What we have is the gas pressure.
That's a
And we
Bible
have-
thing. This isn't a religious group, son.
You have a definitive proof that says that gases have to be somehow held in, otherwise they escape.
Yeah, we have gas laws, natural laws. We have definitions of gas pressure. We have practical demonstrations on smaller scales, right? Everything leads towards gas needing a container and gas filling available space.
What is that container? Do you have a citation to prove that that?
No. What we have is the gas pressure itself, right? That's like if I had like some cow, like a piece of beef, right? And then you're asking me to prove the color of. And then you're asking me to prove the color of the cow and the name of the cow and how big it is, blah blah blah. Right? We have.
No, I'm asking you to prove that
steak.
even exists. A citation, some evidence, some proof of anything that can prove that actually exists.
Did you hear what I said though?
Just did.
Yeah, the color of the cow has nothing to do with if you can even prove that it even exists. I'm not asking. I'm not asking for the color of the thing. I'm asking you to prove that.
Nobody made that claim, right? So you're putting claims in our mouth.
We did.
But then how would the gases stay on the Earth, according to your claim?
They're contained.
Yes. So there is a container.
Yes.
Hold on, let me fix this for you. Let me fix this for you. Let me fix this for you.
I believe in flat Earth because Kanye.
So, ready? Space is fake. We have gas pressure. We don't need a container to keep us from the vacuum of space. Now do you get it?
You don't need a container to make sure that so that the vacuum of space doesn't get in.
Space is fake. So what do we need a container for?
Okay, but why is there less gas pressure the higher up you go then?
Oh, so you said pressure, so you're invoking a container again.
No, you were invoking.
That's for you to prove. No, you are. You said gas pressure.
You said you have gas pressure laws that proves that they somehow have to. No, well,
we don't have laws.
The other guy said that the gas need to be contained somehow.
You have the gas pressure law.
No, I don't. I'm asking you to prove that the container even exists.
You're the one claiming a container, dude, not me.
Okay, but then how would you explain the gas is not escaping out into space or escaping out of the planet whatsoever?
They don't. There is no space. There's no vacuum of outer space.
So
I just told you. So
what keeps the gas inside what keeps the gas contained?
Yeah, space is fake. So what are we containing it from?
So you're saying that there's an infinite amount of gas everywhere, and that's how
I said space is fake. You don't go on forever. You look up, and that just doesn't go on forever. Those are just lights that you see. So if you're making up stories about it, that's also one of your claims.
I'm not making up stories about it. I'm asking you about the firmament. That's a very specific.
That's your claim. Yeah. That's a religious thing. We're not a religious group.
Okay, no one in here claimed firmament, dude. Right? So you're just making shit up now, right? Great idea coming in here and strawmanning us.
So you guys don't have anything.
If you look up the flat Earth, anywhere, that's what they say. That's
no, they don't. No.
Oh yeah, where'd you look that up, bro? You've got a whole room full of flat earthers right now telling you that that's a straw man.
So let me understand this correctly. So according to your consensus in this group that there is no firmament, am I understanding you this properly?
No one said that, right? We're not saying we're making a positive claim about how the sky works and what's too high to verify.
So you're
what
not
we
making
can
a negative
verify.
nor a positive.
Hold on a
There's
second.
no dome over us. Yes, there's no dome over us. You like that? Because space is fake. We don't need a dome to keep us from your fake space.
Okay, so you know people that climb Everest, you know that they need oxygen?
Yeah, there's a gas pressure gradient, dude. No flat earthers are denying a gas pressure gradient.
No,
Try
I'm not
again.
saying you are denying it. I'm not saying you deny it. I'm trying to lead on to my question so that it's very, very clear.
How do they take the oxygen up the mountain? How do they take it up there?
They take it in tanks.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Uh-oh.
But that doesn't
why do they
explain
need a
why
tank?
there's less gases the higher up you go.
The gases are created at ground level. Imagine having more of something where it's created.
Yes, but
what a stretch of the imagination that is.
Yeah, and there is an obvious proof that there's less gases the higher up you go. Or are you willing to say that that's not?
If you want to contain gases, you're going to need a container.
Yes. Where is that
trap
container?
gases? If you want to trap gases, you need a container.
Containment requires a container.
Gas pressure is defined.
Is in the word contain.
Hey, bro, do you want answers or fucking not? Shut your fucking hole for a second.
Don't be so triggered, bro.
You rude prick. You're rude prick. I don't like you, Dr. Pepper. I've never liked Dr. Pepper. Tastes like fucking garbage.
Yeah, facts. It tastes like shit, bro.
Anyway, right? Gas pressure is
what an emotional little snowflake.
Holy shit, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
Gas pressure is defined.
Can we have this discussion like we are adults, please? I want to hear your answer. Go ahead.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, we can't have a discussion like
I can't have a discussion because you're
anyone else want to try to tell me how they can
let them finish
without a container?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute your dumbass. Shut the fuck up.
You don't listen to the responses.
You're too busy yappuccino for other people to correct your dumbass. So go ahead, Tito. One more time, buddy.
I just wanted to say, gas pressure is defined as the force exerted by the gas molecules on the walls of the container. Period.
Facts. Period. All right, Dr. P, what do you got?
So in order for gases to be contained, there needs to be a container. Do you agree on that, or do we disagree on that?
I just said that. You're not even listening, dude. You just want to hear yourself yap. He already just said that 2 seconds ago. You're in the same room with us?
How gas containment can occur. He didn't explain how there can be a container for the gases to be contained.
One more. Do we need to repeat? Are you in the same call as us, brother?
Sorry, come again?
You're not listening.
Pretty simple, mate. Dr. Pepper, you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
He's not listening.
Gas pressure. Are you there? To have gas
I'm hearing gas pressure, yeah.
You must have a container, unless you can show otherwise.
Yes, we both agree on that, yes.
Well, there you go then. Containment needed to have gas pressure.
Okay, so how is there gas pressure on this Earth then? Or this planet, or whatever you want to call it?
Because there's a container, ding dong.
Thank you. You've proven my point. There is a container.
Yeah, welcome to Flat Earth, bro.
Okay, where is that container? Is there any proof of that container?
You don't need to see it.
You don't need to see it.
You don't need to see it. Just like you don't see gravity, so you don't see curvature, you don't need to see container.
You don't see atoms either.
Just like I don't need to see your parents to know they exist. Do I? Your parents can be dead.
So just because it can't be seen, it cannot exist. Is that
That's not what I'm saying. Listen very clearly. Listen very clearly. We don't need to see or know any details about your parents to know that they have to have existed for you to exist. So for the gas pressure to exist, there has to be a container. We don't need to see it. We don't need to touch it, smell it, taste it, know its name, or anything like that. The fact that there's gas pressure means that there's a container, just like you and your parents. The same type of relationship. This is called an antecedent relationship. Look that up.
Yes, and I'm asking you if it's that clear that a container exists. Where is the proof that it exists?
Brother, how big is it? You have hearing problems.
No, I'm not having hearing problems. If there is a
yes, you do.
Repeat what I just said.
Repeat what I just said to you.
Look.
You have no idea what I just said.
Let me make a counterpoint. When I came in here, you said that a container is a religious idea.
No.
Right?
No, the firmament.
You're literally hearing things.
The term firmament.
Said the motherfucking firmament is a religious thing. We're not a religious group. Now repeat what I just said so I understand you heard me.
Yes, so CB, you can't prove he has parents because you don't know how fat his mom is.
Yeah, right. What's her name? What's her body count? We don't need to know anything about your mom.
You can't prove that she exists. Yeah. If you don't know how fat she is, you can't prove it.
If you can't understand that, you're cooked, bro. He's not going to listen to it clearly. He's going to hear his own. He's going to hear his own shit. But go ahead, buddy.
So we all agree that there is a container, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. This guy. Do you know what an antecedent relationship is? Let's ask the guy.
Citation or proof is?
Hello? Antecedent relationship. Are you familiar?
Are you familiar what a citation and actual scientific proof is?
Antecedent, bro. You're not even having the same conversation with us right now.
You're the guys claiming.
I'm driving, so somebody post the gas pressure definition and make him read it so that he understands his scientific proof.
I got you. That's a good idea. Boom. Perfect.
Hi there.
Hold on, we're doing a thing right now. Just wait 1 second.
Oh god, this Renzi person's instantly muted from how they behaved on the other server.
All right, so who are we talking to? Who's the guy that barely listens?
Dr. Pepper?
You're Dr. P. Okay, go ahead and read that out in the chat. Gas pressure. We need to get on the same page, bro. You're like on a whole different book right now.
Like, are you willing to admit to a quote the laws of thermodynamics?
No,
I'm asking a question.
You're not doing that. You're not asking a question. You're gonna read out what we posted in the chat, or you're going back on mute.
I'm busy.
Okay. Then you're going back on mute. You're not asking shit, bro. We're gonna run the panel how we see fit. You can either read it out or we'll move on to the next person.
So you're not willing to admit that the laws of thermodynamics...
Correct. We're going to read out the definition of gas pressure as requested by the chat. We do what the chat says. So you want to read it or you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
All right, I'm going to read it. Are you going to listen?
Yeah, obviously I'm not going anywhere.
All right, great. So gas pressure is the force exerted by gas molecules colliding with the walls of a container.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Where is this container?
What you got? We talked to you about, hold on a second. We talked to you about an antecedent relationship. Did you catch that or no? You didn't catch that?
Yeah, you did talk about it. I mentioned that.
Okay, now what is an antecedent relationship?
Container,
hold on.
And I'm asking you what
Can you give me, just so I know that you understand, give me an example of an antecedent relationship.
An antecedent?
Yes. Oh, don't sigh heavy. You said you know what it is, so give us an example so that we know that you know.
I think it would save us a lot of time if you tell me what.
If you answered the question, yeah. If you answered the question, it would save us a lot of time. Yes. Do you want me to give you another example, or can you give us an example so that we know that you understand? No. Antecedent relationship. Pay attention.
Yeah, I'll give you an example of another container. Yeah. I'll give you an example of a container. You carried bottles of air up Mount Everest in a container, dum-dum.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not refuting that they do that. What I'm asking,
it's really important right now that you understand what an antecedent relationship, because what you're asking for does not needed. It doesn't need to be asked. We can show you why. So just so that we know that you know what an antecedent relationship is, can you provide an example of this, or I'll give you another one.
So you do understand?
You don't know what that means, do you? So we'll just give you another example. Okay, you might have heard this one before. We need you to listen clearly, though, because you're not listening.
Go ahead. I'm not going anywhere. Go ahead.
But you gotta. Doesn't matter whether you're going somewhere. You need to listen clearly.
Yeah, I asked him, I will be here. That's what I'm trying to say, obviously. But
being in the room,
wasn't very clear to you. Go ahead.
Hearing things and listening is not the same thing. So, a steak, you're having a filet mignon. You can't have that unless it came from what? A cow. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't need to know the cow's name, where it came from, how many spots it had, what cut of the steak. Doesn't matter. None of that matters. You cannot have steak on your plate if it did not come from a cow. Period. This is an example of an antecedent relationship. So if you're going to say, no, well, what's the cow's name? We don't need to do that. You can't literally have the steak unless it came from a cow. So now, how does this relate to the conversation we're having? I'm not finished yet.
Okay, go
How does this relate to the gas pressure? We're saying that the gas pressure is like the steak. The container is like the cow. But you're going to keep asking us details about the cow and details about the container. We don't need to provide that to you at all.
Okay.
Because we have the steak, just like you and your parents. This is an antecedent relationship. You need to understand this. If you keep asking us questions about or details about the container, it shows you don't know what we just told you and explained to you very clearly. Go ahead and respond.
Okay, so I'm going to use your analogy to make a response. Is that okay with you?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So if I'm having filet mignon, and I'm asking you, where does this filet mignon came from? And you will tell me, it came from cows. And I'll ask you, okay, but where? I mean, do cows exist? And you would be like, yeah, sure, no problem. You can find cows anywhere. I can have I can pick up my phone and show a picture of a cow.
That is stupid. You want to talk about the motherfucking cow again when you have a steak. I ordered a steak. It's over here, guy. I ordered a steak. It's over here, guys.
He told me I was allowed to respond according to his analogy.
The waiter brings me a steak, and now I have to say to the waiter, do you know what color the cow was and what its mother's name was?
No, I'm not asking for the color of the cow.
He's going to look at you like you're an idiot.
He told me that I would be able to respond using the same analogy that he used. According to his analogy, it's very simple to see if cows even exist. It's very, I mean, cows exist everywhere.
I've got you, bro.
It would be very simple to prove that they exist.
I can do
I'm asking you to show me a very simple example of the existence of the ferment or the container.
Oh, okay, I got you. The tanks you took up the Mount Everest, that's an example of a container.
Exactly.
The end.
Exactly.
That's That's an instance of gas pressure.
Booked. There's many examples of gas pressure and containers. Yeah, tons. You can't have one without one. Just like you can't have children without parents, dude.
Yeah,
you can't have steak without cow. So
I agree with you.
You need to understand that. We can move on.
Yeah. So you agree
want
that
to keep asking us details about the cow or the container or your parents. We don't need to know. We don't need to go into that at all. Do it.
Oh, so you want us? Okay, so you want me to straight up deny the very thing that makes your entire idea of a flat Earth fall apart?
Why would you deny? Why would you deny? Why would you deny?
Because you're ignoring any evidence that would prove to it that even exists. A container requires. Okay,
gas pressure.
Do you agree that a container requires walls?
Are you breathing? Are you breathing right now?
The gas pressure is the evidence, bro.
Are you breathing?
Yeah,
or maybe he's not breathing.
Something requires for that gas pressure to exist. There needs to be walls.
Container.
You did say that gas log says that it is against the atoms, the gas atoms that goes against a wall. Where is that wall? Is there any proof of that wall? It has to be a very big wall.
I'm just going to mute you. We're going to mute you and move on. You're done.
Okay, go ahead.
We've already explained to you that you're going to keep asking us details about, for example, your parents. I don't need to know your mom's name, her body count, what color her hair is, where she lives, if she's alive or dead. None of that even matters. The fact that you're here and your existence means that she existed. Do you understand this or no?
So you are denying.
Yes or no? Do you understand? We're just going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. You're dumbass. Well, I don't know how many more times we can explain it. If CB is giving you on the simple level and you don't get it, you're fucked, dude.
I don't believe you exist, Dr. Pepper. I don't believe Dr. Pepper exists until he shows me his parents.
That is so wild. I think you just want to hear yourself yap, bro. We explained this to you on a very simple level, but you're like, yeah, but what's your mom's name? Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
No, you didn't explain it at all.
Yes, we did.
We all agree on that what a container is, but we haven't agreed on
we all know
how it would even exist on it.
One more time. This will be the final time I think we're going to move on, bro. You want to keep talking about details about your parents, for example. We don't need to do that. The fact that you exist means your parents existed. None of the details matter. Whether her name, her color, none of that doesn't matter. So when you say, well, I need to know the shape of the container, I need to know this, what does it smell like? What does it feel like? What is it made of? This is like asking about your parents. We don't need to do that. The fact that you're here means they're here. The fact that there's gas pressure here means there's a container here. That's it. That's all. You need to understand this, and then we can move on. Guys, he's going to ask again, isn't he? He's going to ask again. We already know he's going to ask again. Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
where's the wall though? It doesn't matter. That's like asking where your mom is, so that I can prove that you exist. He's gone. Yeah, fuck him. Oh, he's back.
Okay. Oh, when you mute me, I will leave because I should not be able to listen
We're
to
just
what
gonna
you have
ban
to
you.
say if
We'll
you
ban
don't
you.
listen to what I have to
Please
say.
don't leave.
You don't have to threaten us with leaving. We'll just ban your dumb ass out of here. We don't have to threaten us with that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, fuck off.
Hey, I just realized something. He's got Dr. Pepper as his. He's got Dr. Pepper as his logo. I wonder if he ever observed himself opening up the can of Dr. Pepper.
Open it.
That's kind of funny, dude. That's actually kind of funny.
What's that sound?
Goes the can of Dr. Pepper as it opens. Pressure equalization. We have high pressure seeking balance, equivalency, if you will. Sounds
All right,
like
who's up next?
Sounds like we're observing the second law of thermodynamics being entropy. Hello. Next up, let's get it.
We got TCAP.
Oh,
we got Pillow.
Pillow. Sounds comfortable.
Lautrec. Anyone? Anyone got any globe evidence? Dank?
Lautrec wants to talk about he wants to talk about territories and models and things like that.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you. You can be polite, right? So
get rid of that.
Yep. So let's see. He said in response to let's see, where is it? He says, if you don't know the entirety of the Earth, could you provide the current limits of what's explored? I'm trying to explain to him that by mathematically turning Earth into a globe, they're like, this is it, kids, right? There's nothing else. This is the whole Earth, right? And if we get into that, we get into, okay, it's this size, right? It's got this radius. It's got this diameter. It's got this circumference. The issue is, for the globe, is that radius value has been repeatedly falsified by long distance observations and measurements. So with that being said, yeah, it's very valid. It's very fair for me to say, I don't know the extent of this Earth, and neither does he. Nobody does. You don't know how big this Earth is. After your radius value has been falsified that many damn times, like how many more times do you need it falsified before it clicks in your brain and you stop asking like stupid questions?
One more round.
Where should I go to discover new lands? Good luck getting there if you can, dude. I don't know.
You can go to Japan. They discovered 7,000 new islands a few years ago. I'm sure there's more out there.
Oh, yeah, that was actually a great article. I remember when that came out. That was a W.
Yeah, it would just be go to where, if you want to discover something new, then go to where you haven't gone before and nobody's gone before. If you're claiming that that's not possible because we've gone everywhere there is to go, then you're claiming that we know the entirety of the Earth. Now you'd have to just bring your evidence on how you've determined the entirety of the Earth to be known.
So, let's see. Is that you, Low Tech? You talking?
Damn, low tech got his ass.
Oh, it was Tucker Carlson. Is this the real Tucker Carlson? No, it's not him, is it?
Well, Low Trek hasn't come off mute, to try to defend his point or defend his side, and I'm very curious to hear what he has to say.
He's probably very happy now that I told him he can go discover islands by Japan.
He's new to this. This is the first time that a woman has spoken to him. He doesn't know how to react right now, I'm sure. So.
Someone that's not his mom or his sister or auntie.
You guys are clicking this guy.
Come on, man, it can't be that hard to defeat me. I'm just a certified sandwich making 304. Like, what?
You might have to make some sounds like, oh.
Joking,
Oh,
but
dude.
definitely
It's
the
a family
certified
show.
sandwich maker part. Low Trek, cat got your tongue.
He's getting kicked out of home at the moment. Give him a chance.
Well, I guess we'll wait on him, or T-Cap. You might have a proof to bring to Jenna because she may not have heard it before. T-Cap. I know you're one of the wiser.
What the heck? How come this always happens? I come in here, I start a fire, and they all run away. I want the smoke, I make the fire, and they run.
Yeah, like that's what she did. Science. A woman did science, guys. Don't you want to get her? Just get her. How dare she?
Please yell at me and tell me I'm a science denier. Let's do this.
You science denier? You're a science denier. You deny going to Mars, so you deny science.
Man, I want one of those Mars puppies. North American lemming.
Yeah, me too.
I'd imagine that this. Sorry. I was going to say, imagine that this Pello unicorn is also a woman, but I could be wrong. That's it. That's all I got.
Arctic lemming soup.
Low Trek, I don't know what the hell's going on in your life, but it doesn't look good, right? You're like, kids are sleeping and you're packing your bags. You go out for cigarettes and never come back. My daddy left to go get some milk and he never came back. Packed his bags while he was sleeping.